Hi, this is Reverend Carolyn of the Louisville Center for Spiritual Living, welcoming you today on this very beautiful spring day. The weather right now is just perfect. But we're going to take a few minutes to talk about what we did last Sunday and maybe a little bit about what's coming up. We are still working, we just finished working, I should say, in this book, The Power of Decision by Raymond Charles Barker. And this is, we've been deciding to be healthy and deciding to be wealthy and deciding to be vibrantly alive and have purpose, and now we're deciding to be creative. He has a different approach to it than some of us do. Some of us think about creativity as being something artsy, you know, a sculptor, a painter, a composer, something like that. Somebody that really excels at creating what we call art. But for Dr. Barker, creativity is our very nature. We are made in the image of the One, is one way that the Christian faith tells us that we are like Spirit, but we are one with the Spirit. Our understanding is that we are all one. And so each of us is spirit in expression, and that means that we are creative. It's not something we have to develop. It's not something that we have to find. It's something that we have to appreciate about ourselves and know about ourselves. And so I wanted to read just a really quick quote from Dr. Barker. Inspiration is a function of the spirit, not the intellect. And so it is a function of that being that we are. It's not intellect. It's not something you're born with the ability to compose music, paint a picture, or whatever. You are creating your life all the time. You're making decisions that create how you will live your life, what will be in your life, how it will move forward. So you are creating constantly. But when you begin to appreciate the very nature of that creativity within yourself, you open yourself up to the wider purpose of your being. Each of us has something unique to give the world. Some of us find that uniqueness and express it for many years. Some of us, through whatever training, doubt that we have anything to offer, and so we never offer it. But when we begin to understand that we are creative by our very nature, that we have purpose because we are here, we have something to give because we are here, then we begin to let that express within us. We expect it to, we know that it will, and we are grateful for that part of us that is gift. As we give our gift, we are also open to receive the gifts of others, to appreciate them for who they are and what they have to offer. So for some of us, creativity might be in the kitchen. We might be able to create a meal that is just amazing to those of us who are pretty simple meat and potato kind of people. Some of us, it's in a garden. Some of us, it's how we talk to another person or how we listen to that other person. Whatever our creativity is, it is unique to us. It is up to us to find it and express it. So we've been talking about this for over a month. And the thing to take away, I think, is to see yourself as outgoing, fulfilled gift to the world, and then make conscious decisions. What is it that you want to have? What is it that you think is beyond what you're able or capable of creating? Then focus on that. Let that dream unfold for you, because it's right there all the time, and you have all the resources and all of the support that you need to make it happen. So I recommend the book. Get it, read it, page at a time. Pick a chapter and read it. There will be treasures on every page. Dr. Barker tells the story of a distant relative of his. Dr. Barker had a very thriving ministry in the theater district of New York. And so this distant relative came to hear him the first Sunday he was in town, and he was amazed at how many people were there, and he was amazed at where it was and how beautiful it was and all. But that wasn't for him. He didn't agree with what the Dr. Barker was saying, but he came back a second week, and he came back a third week. And Dr. Barker was talking to him, and he said, "We look forward to seeing you next week. I know that's your last week in town." He said, "No, I won't be back." "Why not?" "If I come back, I will begin to believe what you're saying, and it would destroy everything I have believed up to until this point." He was a member of a traditional Christian faith. He had been in it all his life. And as he told Dr. Barker, "I intend to die in my church with my faith the way it is." New ideas come at you all the time. Today we've talked about the creativity that you are. It is up to you to whether you will take that thought and think about it and let it impact you. Or if you will say, "Oh, well, that's good for someone else, but not for me." We make that decision over and over again every day. Will we stretch? Will we grow? Will we let new ideas fill our minds? Or will we stick with what's comfortable? We make both decisions often throughout a day, but we can consciously begin to make the decision to be open and to be receptive to the highest and best Spirit has to offer us. Thank you for joining me today. Next week at the service, Brent Usel will be speaking, and the title of his talk is, "Oops, that wasn't supposed to happen." And the next week, Maggie Cole from California will be here, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Maggie. It's been several years. And she's going to be talking about what's holding you back. What are you waiting for? Move on. And I think that that can be a really important message for each of us. So I hope you get a chance to join us. Thank you for joining me today, and have a great spring.